Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 67 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ronald Jones, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll look to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He'll get 8. On the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Detroit!
Back to throw here. And my goodness, this is incomplete. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. His throw incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Looking, got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Now back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets continuing to pour it on. They're opening the lead up even further. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 33 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Now he'll go deep down the... He's got a man complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Detroit! Detroit! Over! All right, now look at this.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Jets continuing to pour it on. They're opening the lead up even further. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
A give to Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. He's looking deep for Bell. Touchdown, Packers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Now Zerline on to add the extra point.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They'll go again to Jones. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
Back to throw now on first down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. His throw caught at about the 5. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He's going to get it running right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Now it's the backup Prescott. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. They run. It's Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kerryon Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And he knocks it through. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be in for an interesting 2nd half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
Watching that, Barney.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very solid gain of 27. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. It's caught at the 10. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 41 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. being chased out left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the offense will hold on to this one right at the 5-yard line. Lucky there. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did, you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ronald Jones, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He sets to fire deep. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
He'll rifle this one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Lucky 56! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A good pickup there at 22.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers get a score closer. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
A fourth quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Jets have scored again. They're really opening it up now. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The give is to Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
He'll look to throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.